Wrestling News CC presents. The night Brock Lesnar rewrote WWE history, the dark rebirth of the Shield. Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans across the globe, what we witnessed at this year's Summerslam was nothing short of revolutionary. A night that was expected to deliver fireworks turned into a seismic shift in WWE history. Tonight, on Wrestling News CC, we're breaking down the event that changed the game forever, Brock Lesnar's shocking return. Not as the beast incarnate we knew, but as the most terrifying ally Roman Reigns has ever had. Setting the stage, the rivalry that defined an era. Let's rewind for a moment. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, two titans of WWE, two men who, for years, have battled for supremacy. Their legendary matches at WrestleMania, their brutal fights over the Universal Championship, these weren't just bouts, they were wars. They defined a generation. The animosity between the Beast and the Tribal Chief was palpable. They were the ultimate adversaries, pushing each other to the edge physically and mentally. Fans would often debate, who was the true face of WWE? Who deserved to stand atop the mountain? But as history unfolded, it became clear, these two were destined to collide. And collide they did, with each encounter elevating the stakes. Every punch, every slam, every close near fall told a story of power, pride, and relentless ambition. Summerslam, the night everything changed. So, what happened at Summerslam? The arena was electric, anticipation palpable. The fans knew something big was coming, but no one, could have predicted the seismic shift that unfolded. Seth Rollins, the architect of his own empire, was on a mission. With Paul Heyman in his corner, and with the muscle of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed behind him, Rollins was carving a path of destruction. He wasn't just seeking domination, he was obliterating anyone who stood in his way. And then, the moment that stopped time. Brock Lesnar's music hit, and the crowd exploded. The Beast had returned. But this was no ordinary comeback. Instead of the familiar war cry of destruction, Lesnar walked calmly to the ring. No fight with Reigns. No championship demand. Instead, he extended a hand. Roman Reigns hesitated. The tension was unbearable. And then, against every expectation, the Tribal Chief accepted. The two warriors, once mortal enemies, stood side by side, the Shield reborn, but not as we remembered it. Darker. More dangerous. Absolutely unstoppable. The alliance that shattered WWE. This alliance is more than a handshake. It's a power shift of epic proportions. Brock Lesnar, the unstoppable force, and Roman Reigns, the master strategist, together, they form an unbreakable unit. Paul Heyman, the man who has managed these giants before, now finds himself wielding unprecedented power. What does this mean for Seth Rollins and his faction? For the entire WWE roster? Everything. Rollins thought he was unstoppable. He had numbers, strategy, and a vision. But now, facing the combined might of Lesnar and Reigns, his empire is under threat like never before. What's next? Predicting WWE's future post-SummerSlam. This moment is just the beginning. What storylines will unfold? Will this alliance hold? Will the Beast and the Tribal Chief conquer the WWE landscape or implode under the pressure? What happens to the Universal Championship, the SmackDown title scene, and the ongoing war for WWE supremacy? One thing is certain, the Shield's rebirth marks the dawn of a new era, one where darkness reigns, and the balance of power is forever changed. The weight of history, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns' rivalry in full context. To truly understand the magnitude of this alliance, we have to revisit the saga that brought these two giants from bitter enemies to uneasy allies. From the first time they locked eyes as opposing forces, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns represented everything WWE fans love about wrestling, larger-than-life personalities clashing with unrelenting intensity. Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, an MMA champion turned wrestling juggernaut, known for his explosive power and sheer dominance. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, a man who evolved from a rebellious underdog to WWE's authoritative head of the table, embodying tactical brilliance and raw charisma. Their confrontations weren't mere matches. They were the apex of storytelling, blending raw athleticism with emotional depth. The battles at WrestleMania 31, 34, and 38, the brutal fights over the Universal Championship, are etched in wrestling lore. Each time, the question lingered, who would rise supreme? Fans spent years debating this epic rivalry. Lesnar, with his raw, unmatched power and history outside wrestling, versus Reigns, with his resilience, intellect, and evolving persona. The unexpected twist: why did Brock Lesnar join Roman Reigns? Now, here's where the story takes a dark turn. Why would Brock Lesnar, the beast, who has made his career destroying Roman Reigns, suddenly join forces with him? What could motivate such a seismic shift? Let's break down the possibilities. Mutual respect, born of battle, two warriors who have clashed repeatedly gain a profound respect for each other. Could this alliance be the ultimate acknowledgement of each other's greatness? A greater enemy, could Seth Rollins and his new faction be the real threat forcing these former foes to unite? Sometimes, enemies unite when a bigger danger looms. Paul Heyman's masterstroke: Heyman has managed both men in the past. Is this alliance his grandest move yet, a calculated power grab that will dominate WWE's landscape? A new era strategy: wrestling evolves, and so do its champions. Perhaps Brock and Roman are rewriting the rules to ensure their legacy is untouchable. Seth Rollins' empire under siege. The mastermind behind this unfolding chaos, Seth Rollins, has been quietly amassing power with Paul Heyman's guidance, recruiting powerhouse allies like Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Rollins, with his cunning intellect and ruthless ambition, wasn't expecting this alliance. His plan to bulldoze WWE seemed unstoppable, until Summerslam. Now, facing the combined might of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, Rollins and his faction are on the defensive. This could lead to an all-out war for control of WWE. The Shield reborn: what does it mean? The Shield was once a symbol of justice, unity, and brotherhood. Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns dominated WWE for years, a unit that was more than just a faction, it was a phenomenon. Now, with Brock Lesnar joining Roman Reigns, the Shield is reborn, but darker and more dangerous. It's no longer about justice or brotherhood, it's about power, domination, and rewriting WWE history. This new Shield promises to reshape the WWE hierarchy. No one is safe. No one can stand in their path. Fan reactions and social media explosion. Let's talk about the fan reaction. Social media exploded instantly. Fans were stunned, some in disbelief. Commentators debated whether this alliance would last. Wrestling legends weighed in, calling it the biggest shakeup in years. Memes flooded Twitter, mixing awe and shock. This moment has captivated audiences worldwide, reigniting passion in WWE's storytelling. What's next? The road to WrestleMania. With Summerslam behind us, the WWE universe is already buzzing about what's next. Will Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns dominate the title scene together? How will Seth Rollins and his faction respond? Could this alliance fracture under pressure, sparking new rivalries? What surprises await at the next WWE pay-per-view and, most importantly, WrestleMania? Stay tuned, because this storyline is only heating up. Behind the scenes. The creative genius and future storylines. Sources close to WWE hint this alliance is a part of a master plan by WWE Creative, blending real history, star power, and surprise twists to deliver the ultimate wrestling drama. Expect alliances to be tested, betrayals to surface, and new legends to be born. Final thoughts from Wrestling News CC. What we witnessed was not just a SummerSlam moment, it was a pivotal chapter in WWE history. Brock Lesnar's return as Roman Reigns' ally is a game-changer, one that will ripple through every match, every promo, every storyline. For fans, this is a golden era of unpredictability. For WWE, this alliance is the new benchmark of power and intrigue. If you loved this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe to Wrestling News CC for non-stop WWE updates, and ring the bell to never miss a moment. Comment below, what's your take on this shocking alliance? Are Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns truly unstoppable? Or is this alliance just the calm before the storm? Let's discuss. If you thought tonight's story was wild, trust me, what happens next will blow your mind. So don't stop now. Click on the video right here on your screen to continue the chaos, the drama, and the inside scoop only we deliver. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and join the Wrestling News CC family, where the real stories of WWE come to life. See you in the next one.